Thank you, brother, for that beautiful introduction. So, what I'll be doing for you today are the artifacts of poetry, spoken word, philosophy, and rap. And while I do enjoy my craft, I take it very seriously, and I understand the assignments that have been bestowed upon me. Are y'all able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Mic check, good. And so, I have about 3 pieces up for you all today. And I'm going to give an opportunity to be able to explain some of it for a little short period of time that I don't always get. And so, this first piece is called The Acceptance of the Introduction. And I'm going to go into it right now. Freedom of jail, clips inserted, a baby's being born the same time a man is murdered, the beginning and end. So as far as rap go, it's only natural I explain my plateau and also what defines my name. Long live KREX, may he remain my disciple. Nasir was like Jesus, Rakim Allah wrote the Quran, Cole the God wrote the Bible. Now what you're about to hear is a tale of glory and sin. Messiah be my mentor, and I let the story begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an ATLian. Pleased to make your abduction. Newsflash, there shall be no apology for this interruption. A baby boy has been born, another boy is a man, so there'll be no need for the abruption. He is I and I am him, here to deliver you from the corruption. Heaven sent greatest alive from the highest of high. Gee, so glad that you made the production. Static electricity in the air, flown directly from the soul that is here. Heat fired from the tongue that is bare. I be the cause of this conduction. Prepare to be amazed as your spirit phased and your mind raised and your eyes dazed. For this is the acceptance of the introduction. The prophecy has been accepted. The realest king to ever walk the earth's premises has been resurrected. The poetic philosopher has persevered and been perfected. President Crenshaw, commander-in-chief, has been elected. The intellect knowledge that reigns supreme has been collected. The young man got range. The world shall be changed. Oh wait, it's already been affected. The reign of Quillen is here, you shall respect it. Rap is the setting. I am the author, the writer, the subject. Stay on the subject, I've been subjected. The negativity and evil has been projected. Mind, body, and spirit has been detected. My words enlightening, I know it's quite frightening. In these lyrics I strike lightning, and it's been directed. This is life. Do anything I want, I can. This is the brand, and I checked it. I looked at the man in the mirror, told him the time is now, it couldn't be any hearer. I reflected. I run the world. I ran the world. I will run the world. The present, past, future tense, I go relents. More predictions coming soon. Please expect it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the acceptance of the introduction. I am an ATLian. Pleased to make your abduction. Newsflash, there shall be no apology for this interruption. A baby boy has been born, another boy is a man, so there'll be no need for the abruption. He is I and I am him, here to deliver you from the corruption. Heaven sent greatest alive from the highest of high. Gee, so glad that you made the production. Static electricity in the air, flown directly from the soul that is here. Heat fired from the tongue that is bare. I be the cause of this conduction. Prepare to be amazed as your spirit phased and your mind raised and your eyes dazed. For this is the acceptance of the introduction. This be the description. And so I write encryption. I am the king, modern day Egyptian. Follow me, make your subscription, and use your ears and take a listen. You Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm smooth like peanut butter, breaking the scale of 1 to 10. I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm smooth as a winter charming. I'm clawing, leaping over mountains, cliff climbing. I'm floating, ripping through these beats, rip rhyming. I'm shining in the light. I'm light lining. I touch the hands of time. I'm perfect timing. Bringing something you've never seen. I'm creating. I'm designing. I'm just warming up. I'm unwinding. Your label's unworthy. I'm not signing. Feels in different corners. I'm straight grinding. My true self been discovered. I'm bound. I'm done finding. The planets are in perfect harmony. Universal alignment. I have a date with destiny, and I'm accepting my assignment. I just sent your mind on a journey. Now tell me where your mind went. You'll never challenge your authority. I desire to give you and the world more of me. Music, philosophy, poetry be my priority. I speak this from my mouth and scream it from the core of me. Hold the peace sign for victory, come and score of me. Building a team of disciples stronger than a sorority. Men amongst men, more like a fraternity. These words were locked in a mental vault, safe, open, fired like a catapult. End of tacternity, so that they would live with me as kings, like the murderer on the cross did with you. immortal for all of eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the acceptance of the introduction. So the reason why that piece is called the acceptance of the introduction is because I understand that I've been given a prophecy from Almighty God Allah. And so I'm showing Almighty God Allah and everyone that's in existence that I'm accepting this prophecy that has been bestowed upon them. And it's also displaying my introduction to the world. And at the end of that, where it says, they shall live with me as kings, immortal for all of eternity, that's the story of Jesus, if anybody is familiar with that. And on the cross next to Jesus, there was a man that was also on another cross in one of the stories. And he said that, I know who you are, and I believe you. And he said, and Jesus said, for that, you will have a special place in heaven. And so, it's not just directly about Jesus as why I'm saying that, it's actually to the Father, Allah. I'm saying that I know who you are, and I believe in you. And so, I want that to be my place in heaven.
Takbir! 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 Praise Allah.
This next piece is called First and Final Warning. And I had already checked with the Grand Governor, Peru. By the way, I want to thank Brother Grand Sheikh Peru for allowing me this opportunity to be able to come up here and to be able to perform, and also Sister Taif. I really appreciate it. Because I don't often get a chance to be able to come to Atlanta, because I'm actually a student at FAMU studying philosophy and religion. That's my major. So when I am able to come up to Atlanta, I try to be able to do all I can to be able to be involved and make the most out of my time here. So this next piece I'm going to perform for you, like I said, it's called First and Final Warning. And this is really a display of skills and a teaching method for everybody in existence. If this don't pertain to you, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Live on. Live the good life. Do nothing trite. Just live your life. You'll see the light. Believe the words that I say. My bars stand together like a chart. Word is bond. For the soul that even considers placing your teeth where it don't belong, I'm warning you right here in this song. You have done the ultimate wrong, and you are cursed to your worst. And so I say, so long and good riddance. Living a true lie and attempting to hide what cannot be hidden. I am not a for sale, not a forbidden. So how dare you taste what's not yours and to the food that is forbidden. Don't even show a tooth and try to steal what's mine. That's a crime, not worth committing. For these are my words, music, and style, and they shall not be bidden. I'll slap the taste out of your mouth and show you just what's hidden. Flip the plate of Rolling Stone, so let it be done, so let it be written. This is Q Deluxe Quillen. Don't mess with the universal plan. Smack some sense until you use the back of my hand. This is what I build. You try to take my land, I'll kill you, right where you stand. If you carry such true bad intent, you curse yourself, you murk your health. Sacrifice mental for a position or material wealth. See how I flowed, street or on the road. Death before dishonor, stick to the code. Driving toward my pathway, you shook halfway, stay in control. When I step through the door, don't step out of character, better play your role. Or put you in ER. Serious as a heart attack, we are. Get your back swole. You be tied to the street lights in a peak night, you'll be hanging from that pole. My heart is warm, but do me wrong and I can be that cold. Especially if you can formulate a plot and be that bold. So you best listen to the art, put the pureness in your heart, and make that bold, or you'll pay the price. Get a fat toll. Your soul will be cast into a black hole. It's written on the paper and on the wall, don't play with that scroll. Oh, let me not forget to mention, it's the return of the lynch mob, so prepare for your mention. Cross me and your soul will be obliterated into another dimension. Rest in peace, that be your eternal detention. I'm advancing your mind, lengthening your life, giving you an extension. So I suggest you listen to the philosophical teacher. You best pay attention. I give you worth more than any dollar. From a scholar, take this knowledge, pop your collar. You just got a pension. Use your ear and hear, cause he's here. The poetic Pharaoh Phenom with this phenomenal repetition. Gold of all time, leading the herd with my word, that be my mission. Living from my favorite verse, becoming one with the universe. Understand premature premonition. First and final warning. It's called First and Final Warning because I was able to win that poetry slam at my previous school. And we had to come up with a title for first pieces. And so I said, okay, well, this is the first time I'm gonna say it. And this is the last time I'm gonna say it. First and final warning. And so this final piece is for, it's for the ladies, but it's not only for the ladies, it's actually more so for the men, for the boys, for the sons, for the fathers. And I'm here to talk about a man that I love. Now, I do love the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I definitely do love Noble Drew Ali. But this is for a specific man who's actually in the audience tonight. It's from my father.
Praise Allah.
So this is a piece that I have been manifesting in creation for a long time, for a few years. But it just happened to be the right time to be able to display it now. So this is called Earthly Father. I figured with all these mama songs that a man can take an example like you for a father song. I saw you from heaven. I saw you. Standing next to the Creator, God as my witness. I said, so that's going to be my dad. His response was, yes, he is the heavenly, and I am your earthly father. I said this before, but I'll say it again. Thank you for putting a stamp on my life and dating me. Thank you for creating me. You had me when you were 56, brought me into this world. There was no need for a crucifix. Father and son bond strong, built from the ground up, brick by brick. Got to know each other as the day grows, age grows, we grow, figuring out what clicks. Set the mood perfect for this song. Lit the candlesticks. 20-year difference between you and my mother. You gave me two beautiful sisters to make up for no brother. I remember grandmother, dear. She inspired a family tree to be free and live without fear. Taking it back to my grandparents' roots, Belle and Fred that brought me here. I feel them from the spirit world trying to connect with me near. The communications from the messages of their spirits I understand in the atmosphere. These thoughts I have manifested carefully and sincere. For you as my father, I have learned to revere. At the time of this writing, we are approaching your 80th year, although you're much more than just a physical form as it appears. One of the greatest things that you have ever done for me is supporting me in whatever I wanted to pursue, allowing me to grow and experience this world so that I could take it on and rule. That young black boy you once held in your arms was always designed to fly. You backed up one who would always overcome and would always forever try. So as you do, and so do I, remain immortal and never die. You aided me in being the richest man that there is and establishing true wealth. For because I was living under your home, I was able to learn knowledge of self. Finally, reading the books sitting on the shelf. Even if it took years, I shed heartfelt tears. For I was a soul on the road, needed its time to heal. Like the layers on an onion, take its time to peel. Like the ending of this song, take its time to seal. Now I could feel where you were coming from. Because I realized, us men show our love in the ways of our actions. Now that I know this, it gives me satisfaction. I never will allow for other things to become a distraction. Understanding more when it comes to your and my interactions. It's not always our words in which we make ourselves heard. It is the unspoken, heart-spoken conversations that occur. Any man can talk the talk, but not all can step up to the plate and walk the walk. I had to use this board as my canvas for this created imagery and apply the chalk. Back in the day, if a man worked to put food on the table, that was his way of showing that he loved you. Even if he didn't always reach his arms around and hug you. He was trying to build you up to make you strong so that the path you would take wouldn't be the trail of wrong. But you did all that and more. And so I put my heart in picture and pour, with poise and commanded. I put my heart in these words so that the knowledge and wisdom could reach your understanding. The bond between father and son is the branding. The blood that flows through the veins is what's handed. But the relationship between the two is really what's outstanding. I adore you. Digest that and allow this message to reach the core of you. Down from generation to generation, it goes on and on forever. I wish you could live, so that we can take on endless ventures and endeavors. You're never really gone, but even after that time, I'll still be reciting pieces of myself this clever. You, me, and mom, that equals the perfect trilogy. Poetry for my parents, you bear witness my anthropology. Discovering my theology, realizing the most important things in life value the utmost quality.
Come on.
Hey, Islam, take it down.
Through our journey together, I had to touch the stove to know that it was hot. To truly understand a real man and a father is what I've got. I had to put myself on the clipboard to put myself in check. I love the hand that I was dealt, and see the king in you is what I've always had in my deck. For you, out of every man that walks this earth, I hold the highest honor and respect. So forgive me, Father, for before I know not what I do. So this is my apology for any previous disrespect. I thank you for bringing me into this world and not taking me out, just Marvin Gaye and me with the tech. I am honored to have ever have been your son. As far as this bloodline, I am your only boy, your main man, and shall carry on this name. As I told you long ago, it will be brought to fame. Change the face of the earth, and it will never be the same. Thy dear Father, who are on earth, you are uplifted and appreciated. These words were put into a song for you and abbreviated. A man making a son like this, being the chosen one like this, how could he be hated? Dear earthly Father, you are appreciated. It is finished. I'm going to have one last semester at FAMU, and after this I'm going to study African Studies, grad school in the fall. And so I have to go back to our class. That's why you all don't see me around like that. But like I said, whenever I come to Atlanta, I try to be involved as much as I can. You see, Allah has ones that is chosen that you see and that you don't see.
That's right.
And I'm one of both.
That's right.
And so my birth name is Quillen Christopher Crenshaw. My chosen name, one of the 99 names of Allah, is Quillen El Hakim Aziz Shabazz Allah. So as I greet you in Islam, Assalamu alaikum, peace and love.
Love and peace.
Until the next round.
All right, family, one more time. Let's give an honor to his father. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Praise Allah.
الله أكبر حي على الصلاة الله أكبر